Saturday Social is powered by EA Sports FIFA 23 with PlayStation.
So we've got start bench sales there. If you haven't seen this before, I don't know where you've been living, but basically we're going to throw 3 names to our guests in the form of magnets.
Yeah.
We're then going to ask them to place those players into a category.
Yeah.
Okay, start, bench, and sell, and then explain the reasons. We'll have a little bit of debate.
Their favourite players start.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We'll have a little bit of debate about them, won't we?
And we've got lovely
even
little
got faces up there,
face
look.
graphics. So how it's going to work? Luckily for Dave, you don't need to agree with everything Rory's saying.
That's good, because I think Rory's on one today.
Yeah,
So
really
you
good.
put it in your own category, and then we'll debate. So the first one, 3 players, 3 top players.
So
by the way.
hard,
This
these.
is very difficult. Rashford, Saka, Vinicius Jr. Start 1, bench 1, sell 1. Can you place your magnets, please? Okay.
Look at the
total disagreement already.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it couldn't be more different.
Wow.
So, OK, Rory,
Yes.
you'd start Vinicius, and Dave
Yes.
completely disagrees with you. So give us your reasoning.
I think Vinicius Jr. is just exceptional. I think he's a proven winner. You know, the way that I was talking before about needing winners. Steps up when it most matters. I think he's so gifted and is on course to be one of the very best. I've gone for... Look, I think Marcus Rashford is in the form of his life. I think he's one of the best players in the world at the moment. But I don't think he was particularly impressive last season. So overall, cumulatively, I've gone for Saka second, Marcus Rashford third.
Dave?
You got a future Ballon d'Or winner, Rory, that you're about to sell.
You do indeed.
25 goals in all competitions, most goals and assists in Europe's top 5 leagues since the World Cup. Marcus Rashford is the form player in the world. So you've got to start Marcus Rashford right now. Vinicius Jr. has brilliant quality. He absolutely destroyed Liverpool. I really enjoyed that performance. But Rashford right now is, he's unbeatable. The way that he's playing, the variation of goals he's scoring, how he's worked on scoring on the right side of the box with his head. We knew that he could do it in that left channel. He is a complete player right now, the most dangerous player in the world. Destroyed Barcelona, destroyed Manchester City. He's destroyed Liverpool this season. He's destroyed Chelsea. This guy is the one. Saka is a difficult one because I think Saka has unbelievable quality. And that would be the one that I'd consider with those 2. Vinicius Jr., I'd get, sell him, get some money, buy some more players. I think Marcus Rashford right now is a better left-sided forward.
He's won the European Cup for Real Madrid.
And Marcus Rashford is about to win the Europa League Championship of the world and the quadruple. He's about to be a Premier League winner, League Cup winner, FA Cup winner.
Lads, I'm right, aren't I? Come on, I'm right.
Right now, starting a player.
Statistically, I know Dave loves the stat. He is right in saying Marcus Rashford, in form, has got the most goals and assists combined of any player in top 5 leagues. He's also got the best minutes per goal ratio. They are both since the World Cup. I think your argument is based on the overall, isn't it? And what
Also,
Vinicius can
doing
do.
the business in the European Cup is more impressive than doing the business against Barcelona in the Europa League.
Yeah, but the Europa League's a bit of a better tournament this season. There's more big teams in there. Arsenal, Man United, Barcelona were knocking around in there.
All right, let's take those magnets down then. Let's go to the next one. Just chuck them on the floor, I think. Chuck them on the floor. We'll be a bit messy, but it is what it is. Let's go to the next one
another
then.
good one, this guy.
Start bench sell. Bellingham, Enzo Fernandez, Declan Rice. Oh my goodness. Dave.
Right, then let Dave finish his...
Oh my
Wow. I mean, again, total disagreement with this. Should we go to Dave first, this one?
Dave, I'm shocked.
I want to go today because I need to hear how Declan Rice is better than Jude Bellingham.
I think Declan Rice has improved so much over the last 3 years. That level of improvement is something that's very unique in a player. To go from being very much a destructive midfielder to now being a player that's very complete. He's added goals to his game, which is, I think, the one thing that he was missing out. I think he's comfortable, flexible, could play any role in midfield. I think Bellingham is an attacking midfielder. I think he's an attacking player. He'll start deep at 8, but he'll move into that attacking area. I think Declan Rice would cover more problems at your club. I think he could play multiple roles at the club. I think they are both outstanding players, but I'd say for Manchester United right this second, Rice over Bellingham.
I just can't agree with that on any level. I think Jude Bellingham is the most prized asset in football. I think that anybody that secures his services will benefit so massively. I just love the way that he plays the game. Enzo Fernandez didn't play for Argentina at the World Cup for the first game. They lost, didn't play for the second game. They struggled. He came on, scores against Mexico, ends up taking Argentina all the way. Declan Rice, playing for England, a better team overall, better players on paper, flopped.
Flopped?
Flopped. Flops. It flops.
I think you look at the consistency, right? Enzo Fernandez comes to the Premier League. You said yourself just before the break, not at the right levels at Chelsea that he was for Argentina. To say that Enzo Fernandez carried Argentina is a little bit naughty because there was a player called Lionel Messi that also wore that same jersey.
Lionel Messi started against Saudi. He didn't.
Bellingham is a unbelievable player, but the consistency of his performances right now isn't at the same level of Declan Rice.
I think
you take a look at Bellingham yesterday against RB Leipzig.
Declan Rice is incredibly
I think
flawed,
Declan Rice is a player that gets such a pass. I think people really do lavish him with praise. And don't get me wrong, I think he's a good player, but I think he's incredibly overrated. If we were having a conversation about the most overrated players in the Premier League, I would say Declan Rice.
You think Declan Rice is one of the most overrated players in the Premier League?
I think he's overrated, massively.
Rory.
I think he's massively overrated.
I think he's one of the best players in the Premier League.
He's a very good player.
Give us your reason. You've got to give us your reason.
Being overrated, it's not that he's not a good player. Of course he's a very good player. He's a player that I would love to sign for Chelsea. But I think the way that people hold him and hold him in such high esteem doesn't match the talent of the player. But I think he's got so much to improve on. I heard Roy Keane talking about Declan Rice recently, saying he had so much to improve on. And I totally agree with every word Roy Keane said.
What part of his game does he need to improve on?
Ask Roy Keane.
Well, that is what I'd say. Like, what part of his game? So I think he's one of the most complete midfielders in the Premier League.
He doesn't score anywhere near enough goals, considering...
He started to score goals this season. Scored an absolute banger, literally last week by Forest.
Starting to score, though, starting to score goals isn't
You can't go from, not scoring any goals to scoring loads of goals.
No,
he's a midfielder. There's a development there.
Exactly, but he hasn't.
Development.
Yeah, but over the past 4 seasons, he hasn't scored enough goals.
He's starting to.
So you're telling me something that's unquantifiable. You're saying in the future he's starting.
I'm saying he scored more goals than he scored last season.
He's starting to score.
He's had his best goal scoring season this season.
So that's all that does is flag that he had a pitiful goal return last season.
A central midfielder doesn't score 20 goals a season.
It's a pitiful goal return last season.
Who scored the most goals in Europe from midfield last season?
He is the heartbeat of a club that are flirting with relegation.
The heartbeat of a club.
He's a heartbeat of a club that is flirting with relegation.
Obviously, stats in the background. West Ham's expected points is sensational. I wouldn't worry West Ham fans about being relegated.
Declan
Rice is a massive point of that. So, sensational footballer.
That was a great
I don't
debate.
think they're going to agree on Declan Rice.
I don't think they're going to agree.
Let's move
take
on.
them down. Let's go to the next one.
Let's move on.
Take those names down. The
next three. Van Dijk, Martinez or Silva. Start, bench, sell.
Oh, my word, Dave. Dave.
Van Dijk in sell. Wow. Dave, can I come to you first?
Yeah.
Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk.
Levels dropped off this season, unfortunately. We can all see it. Liverpool are conceding a lot of chances.
This was a man linked with Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah,
that was the heartbeat of Liverpool.
Was the heartbeat. We spoke
winning
about
all those trophies.
Spoke about another defender,
one of the
Koulibaly,
highest regarded centre-backs in Premier League history, being compared to some of the greats.
It's gone now. You've got to sell him. Liverpool should be selling someone like Virgil van Dijk right now.
Liverpool should sell Virgil van Dijk for you.
Liverpool are in a position where their recruitment has been all over the place. They're buying 25 attackers.
Is he not just
we
out
all
of
know
form?
they need Jude Bellingham, but they're buying attackers.
But is he not just out of form?
And he's had long-term injuries as well.
You've got to make the call, haven't you? You've got to make the call whether it is long-term injuries or it's a natural fall-off.
So genuinely, you would sell Virgil van Dijk?
Virgil van Dijk would be gone if I was Liverpool DOF.
It's fantastic because Dave and I literally disagree with everything. I would say that what Liverpool need to do to get back to their former glory is do everything that Klopp wants and do everything that Virgil van Dijk wants. Keep those two happy and I feel like the future will be rosy. This man, I am not intelligent enough or articulate enough to do this man justice. He is elite. He is an icon. He is a true legend. I think we use the word legend far too often, but Thiago Silva is a true legend of the game. I think he is a standout player everywhere he goes, and I think the kindest and truest thing I can say about him is if you were to say to me, Chelsea all-time 11, your centre-half partnership, the answer is, in my opinion now, John Terry, Thiago Silva.
He's stuck in the past, Rory, is what I'd say.
He's so good.
Lisandro is the future of centre-backs in the world of football. How many people criticised him? Oh, he's too small, he can't play. This guy's an animal. This guy has turned Man United around in terms of the defending, the aggression, the communication. Young. These two, back end of their career. You'd start Martinez right now for the future, knowing that if you give him the game time in the Premier League, he's going to be one of the best defenders I think that Man United will ever have at the back. I think he'll be up there with
some of the statements being made on this show this morning.
With Rio Ferdinand. Yeah, this guy is so good.
He's had a good season.
His ability on the ball is better than these two guys. He's an incredible
footballer. He's not a better
footballer.
on the ball player than Thiago Silva.
Absolutely better than him.
He's definitely
100%.
not, but he's not a better on the ball defender than Thiago Silva.
You look at any of the...
That's wild. He's a very good player and I like him. And he reps the shorties well. He reps the shorties really well, so I have a lot of time for him. But I'm afraid...
How is he better on the ball than... So
afraid.
Thiago Silva is a very good footballer, but Martinez is at another level.
Martin is a very
He
good
just
player.
is at another
but
level.
it's a wild
Look at
statement.
any
It's
metrics
wild.
on the ball,
It's a
this
wild
guy comes
statement.
out on
But I
top.
don't need to look at metrics. I've got eyes in my head. I can look at it. I can watch the game. I watch a game of football. I don't need to read. I don't need to read about it. I don't need to read about it. I don't need a calculator out.
I can watch Chelsea
a
over the
game
next
of
few
football.
weeks. Unfortunately,
I can watch
Thiago ain't going to be playing. Big Lisandro's going to be lifting 4 trophies.
I watched him win a European Cup. There is absolutely no way that he's a better
will go on
on
to
the
do
ball
something
player.
like that. So it's something that you're looking at a player in this attribute of what they're doing this season. Martinez is better than these two this season, 100%.
All right, let's move on to the last one. Let's get them down. We're going to fly through one more if we can. OK.
Oh, another tough one.
Benzema, Haaland, Harry Kane.
That is a tough one, that.
The last one. This is going to be the last one we'll do.
Rory.
Dave's just waiting what he does. Just to do the opposite.
Wow. Rory, shocked Rory would sell Haaland. He's sticking with his theme.
You're lying. That must be a lie. You're not actually having Haaland in sell.
Are we in agreement?
You're
We're in
actually in
agreement.
total
It's the first time.
You're not actually having Haaland in sell.
I'm having him in sell just because I don't think he's as good as these two. It's not that he's not a fantastic player who's had a brilliant season. It's just he's not as good as either of these two.
I think these two facilitate
So despite the fact
possession
he's
football at the top level.
outscoring both of them.
It's how it works within the system. Vinicius Junior, Rory was talking about previously, is at the level because of Karim Benzema. Spurs are at their level because of Harry Kane. Haaland arguably has made City into a different team that's not as dominant. He scored a load of goals, but then nobody else at City's scoring goals this season. And that's the problem, whereas the previous season they had like an Arteta thing where you've got multiple goal scorers. You know, Arsenal have got Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Trossard, and so forth. So I think Haaland, I'd sell him over these two right this second.
If you look at his contribution, of course, he scores goals by the truckload. But I don't think he's improved Kevin De Bruyne. In fact, I think he's subtracted from De Bruyne's performances. Same with Bernardo Silva.